Good old Dream Labs.
Oh, Dreamlabs. Well, I'm really excited about this new update. It changes everything.
Oh yeah.
You would not believe the crazy changes that took 4.5 minutes to download.
Yeah.
So
And
basically,
it's
a whole new system,
exactly
redesigned from the
a
ground up.
whole, yeah, a whole new OBS.
A whole new OBS, full of sights you've never seen. All of these auto updates you can't turn off unless you go into settings even once. Lucky Bat. Wait, oh. Trash Bandit. Hello, friends.
Can't even imagine doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for some reason you won't be able to turn those off.
No, probably not. Jaden Belair, what up?
It's like, what if you wanted to keep the old version of OBS?
Yeah.
What if that was the only version that worked on your system?
Yeah, what if you were running on like an Apple Macintosh and you just needed, an older version?
Uh-huh.
That's one person. New studio. No, actually, new lights. This is always what it's looked like. There's usually just a light bulb 2 inches away from the camera, and so you can't see anything.
Mm-hmm. But we'll say it's a new studio.
It's a new studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just bought a new space. Things are going pretty well.
Jaden Belair, what are we painting tonight? Legion of the Damned. Listen to Painter with Mike and Dan. Hello.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Happy Heretic, I'm staying up a little late tonight just for you, and y'all are late. Well, blame Streamlabs.
Yeah. The distraction. I want to paint so bad, but I'm out of black for my iron hands. The new paint won't get here for 2 days. You know what? Here's what you do. You mix together all colors to create the darkest paint you can, and then you rub charcoal into it. You manufacture your own black paints.
Exactly.
Speaking of manufacturing black paint, I'm going to use my fancy dancy metal paints from Imperial Hobby Paints.
Ah.
It's impossible to tell. They use these kind of black bottles, which look nice, but I think this is kind of meant for photo or light activated chemicals, and so you just can't tell what colors things are.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell them that you like the metal paints, the metallics?
I did. I tried it out. It's the one metal that I have is very nice.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell the people that sent it?
The people that sent it.
The Imperial Hobby.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the absolute last paint I pick up? Yes, it will
Probably.
be. It'd make more sense if it wasn't even here, actually. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, there it is. I was just about to give up. Found it.
Amazing.
It's called... What? It's called... CYZ? Cizicus Metal Base? Cizicus?
Yeah.
Happy Heretic. Hashtag cancel Streamlabs. Yeah!
Yeah. Been saying that for years. Flimbo the Dude, I looked up the Forge World chain swords and they were like $25. Kind of wish they were $1 million like Nick said.
Yeah! Listen, Painter with Mike and Dan. Did you guys see that Weird is looking for streamers? Like party streamers? Like multiple colors for birthdays?
We'll do it. I mean, I could, we could hit him up.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
they can own these streams. We'll make them the sole proprietors.
They replace us with people.
With people who are good at it.
Yeah, but where's all the dentist jokes, the burps?
Yeah.
Really, the charm would be gone then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Looking to hire both on-site and freelance remote positions. Let's see what the hell this is. This sounds like a job application.
I mean, we'll do it.
Mhm. Let's see.
Pay and give them alpha model. I was looking to place a big order from alpha models.
Okay. Streaming painters. We're looking for miniature painters who are comfortable sharing their talent with our community while streaming sessions on weird social media platforms. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, we got some exciting stuff, but that's a Patreon only.
Yeah, it is.
So can't say what that's all about.
I mean, we could if they need to see any material for reference, we could send them 18 streams worth of painting the Malifaux.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'd have to check to see what we're talking about because it's mostly Star Wars, but.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Flimbo the Dude. Cancel Forge World. Prices are too low. Exactly. That's the number one complaint I hear about Forge World is that the prices are too low.
Mm-hmm. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. I saw that ad and thought of you guys. Yeah, well, we'll see where this goes. It's kind of fun. I feel like if we were to do this, like if we were to stream for Games Workshop, they wouldn't let us be ourselves.
No.
But maybe they would.
Maybe. They are weird.
They are weird. And we definitely fit at least that description.
Have you ever seen when you send a link from the weird web store, it says, what does it say? It says like, please buy our merch, you dummy, or something. Or spend lots of money here at weird.com. It says something ridiculous in the link. It's great. Listen to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan. Dang, what model do I have to send you to get that info? Oh, it's not models, it's Patreon.
Yeah. Some fun stuff. It's called Give Us Your Money, Please and Thank You. -weird.com.
For every link.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Jade and Belair just finished some decent looking 90s style bases tonight. Probably my best looking bases. Oh, we love a good base.
Mm-hmm.
We think it's all about that base. No models.
Mm-hmm. No models.
Happy Heretic. Frankly, I wish I could give Games Workshop more of my money without the hassle of getting more minis out of the deal.
Exactly. I think they should do a subscription service where you pay them and they don't give you anything.
Flimbo the Dude. Lol. I imagine they'll replace y'all with British Nicholas and Jason. Isn't Weird American?
Yeah. They are, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
It is funny.
Well, that's what Games Workshop would do.
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course.
If they owned us.
I'd always be drinking tea instead of sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Hello. How are we? You'd just be... We would develop the accent just to match.
Matthew Cheeseman, I got some Forge World models. They came in a nice white box rather than a couple of bags. I guess that's where the money goes? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just size. I think big models just get shoved in a bag, whereas smaller models will get a nice box.
Mm-hmm.
Although I bought some smaller models that came in a bag too. I got the Reaper gun platforms, which aren't. It's two Marines and a little vehicle. So maybe that's like right on the cusp of bag versus box. I don't know. When you go to Warhammer World or to these events where Forge World is there with product, do they sell products in bags or do they box everything when they're selling in person?
Guarantee they just keep it in bags.
Just keep it in bags.
What are they? They have a bunch of boxes laying around and then they don't use them?
Yeah, what do you think? Is Forge World made of boxes?
Exactly.
You bought a Sikaran tank for $173. You think that's enough money so they could put it in a box?
Yeah.
What, you wanted them to put a piece of tape on the box so it doesn't fall open in shipping?
Ridiculous. Here's a bag. I like to think if you were to buy them in person at like a con or something, they give it to you in a trash bag.
Nice Ziploc baggie. Flimbo the Dude. Forge World's classic slogan, size doesn't matter.
Size of your wallet does, though.
Happy Heretic.
Sweet, sweet money.
You know, it is interesting that they'll ship stuff in bags. Or like, I think, what happened when I bought Forge World? It might have shipped with bags in a box. Because Forge World resin is kind of delicate. Yeah. I mean, all resin models are kind of delicate. Mm-hmm. So it seems like you're already kind of risking the biscuits with bags. Mm-hmm. You know, a heavy piece might be sitting on top of a light piece. Mm-hmm. You know, my Necron Tombstalkers had antenna. Like, it's pretty delicate.
Right.
It's almost like they're a relic of the past and they just need to be done. Mm-hmm. Oh, Forge World.
Oh, Forge World indeed. What? So, we have 24 people watching, and we have 1 dislike, and that's it?
What?
Is that it? Is that what's happening right now?
All right, I gotta go into my stream stuff layer.
Yeah, the graphic must not be big enough.
Yeah.
Robert Has Downs Jr. I've come just to say hi and penis. Definitely just came to say penis. Perfect.
All right, there we go.
Oh my God, Andrew Crimson says it's 2-9. Maybe I'm behind. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh it. Oh my God. There we go. Now it's 5 likes, which I don't love, and then 12 dislikes.
Jaden Belair, after all this time, when are we getting a Nick Cam? Probably not. We don't have good internet. It wouldn't be worth it.
Mm-hmm. I know. We that was the goal. We were gonna do that when we first started streaming, and we were doing a lot of tests, and we were having tons of issues with it.
Yeah.
But maybe one day.
Kino Kinones. I remember I went to a local game store that had a table with some Forge World stuff, and it was just bags on the table. I thought, how trashy. Little did I know. Mm-hmm.
Kino Kinones plot twist. Nick was just baiting for dislikes. You never know.
Blue Bob and Jay, you had better seen me take a swig of Null Oil on the Discord today. Oh my goodness! Distraction, lol, completely blocking the mini. What are you talking about? It's perfect.
Yeah.
I have fixed all the problems.
I think I might have scrolled past that. Let me. Oh my God. That better have been the real deal.
I think, you know, a Games Workshop wash pot is probably a pretty good size for a shot.
Yeah, I mean that's what this
yeah.
What this video is. Yeah, what did it taste like? Was it sweet? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger than it was, just so no one misses it.
Mm-hmm. Blue Bow Man, I can confirm it was. Oh my God. That is hilarious.
Jaden Belair, thoughts on the new Gaunt's Ghost minis? Well, you're gonna have to wait until Friday to see my my long form thoughts. Maybe, maybe not, but definitely, but maybe. Who knows? But I feel like my problem with all of the Imperial Guard is that they're just guys. And so it's like those certainly are some folks. They have some guns, and the armor and like a grenade on their belt.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I guess if I'd read the book, it'd probably be pretty epic. But just some fellas.
Just some fellers. Yeah. I wonder if I don't know how they usually do it. I wonder if they release what I would do is like on the last day. That's what I would release. Crazy like
absolutely
world-changing stuff.
You'd think.
I hope that's what they do.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
Alex Smith, what kind of brushes do you like to use? Well, my favorites are these Rosemary & Co. Synthetic Series 313s. I found all the Rosemary & Co. brush tips to be great, but these I particularly like just because they got a nice fat handle. I feel like they're a little more comfortable. But I've also enjoyed Army Painter brushes and Vallejo brushes, and what else do I have? Like
Walmart
craft store brushes, Walmart brushes.
Jaden Belair, how dare you insult my guard? They're the finest warriors the Imperium has to offer.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You forgot halflings and ogres with guns. That's true. I like those more. I like the ratlings and the ogren more than just the people.
Oh yeah. I mean, wouldn't you rather have that just be the army?
Or I know there I don't know if this is an official thing, but I know there's like a cat human species that are supposed to be they're supposed to be but there's the Xenos, the heretic, the mutant. They're mutants, but they're basically just furries. And it'd be great if that army comes out before Guard get a proper update.
That would be pretty fun.
Andy Krypton, Jay. They're just guys. Me. Transhumanist confirmed.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with you and fantasy.
Yeah.
It's not as cool as sci-fi. Dragons aren't as cool as spaceships.
No, magic isn't as cool as Warp 9. There's one of my favorite episodes of Rick and Morty is the magic episode with the dragon. And Rick is just tearing into fantasy and how it doesn't make any sense. Samick 19 Cheese, will you be picking up Necromunda Hired Gun? Probably not. The only Necromunda thing I have is the first box that they put out like a couple of years ago, which was cool. Everything for Necromunda looks super cool. There's just so many games, and I don't play Necromunda yet or ever. We'll see.
Cobalt Ken, what the heck were you drinking in your drunk painting video?
Well, one of my favorites is Ryan's Cream Liqueur, which I really like, but then I ran out.
Yep. So then you had some gin.
Yeah, gin sucks.
Was it just straight up gin?
I think it was gin with lemonade, which is not a good combo. It's just what I had.
Yeah. Lucky bet. But what if sci-fi dragons?
I don't know of any sci-fi dragons. Am I thinking? Am I not? Am I missing anything obvious? Sci-fi dragons? I mean, there's like sci-fi monsters that are akin to dragons, I guess. There's lots of stuff in the Star Wars universe that has like wings. But like what I think is boring about dragons is like when it's like, oh no, the village is under threat by an evil dragon, and a merry band of misadventurers are gonna have to band together and roll their d20s to defeat the dragon and save the townsfolk from the folk of the dopopo. I think that's super lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless all the adventurers fail, everyone dies, and the town gets destroyed by the dragon. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Alex Smith, I just bought some Windsorter and Newton brushes from Amazon, but they completely shatter the handles during shipping. Ah, bummer.
And now you're suing Amazon for what they're worth.
Yeah, you might get lucky in the end of it. You might be able to get some new brushes to replace the ones that are broken, and you might be able to just yank the heads off and stick them onto junk brushes, and then you got 2 sets of Winsor and Newton brushes.
Ooh, that's a thought right there. Andy Crimson. Ah, the good old Slut Dragon episode. Someone's a real intellectual. It's a good one.
Happy Heretic. Well, off for the night. Later. Good night, Happy Heretic.
I think I saw that did they have a trailer for the next season?
I want to say they did. I think I watched something.
I think they did. Has anyone seen the what's the other one? There's the not Rick and Morty.
The not Rick and Morty that looks exactly like Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Has anyone seen that? Is
Falling
that good?
Stars? Celestial something?
Something like that.
God, they should have called it not Rick and Morty.
Is it Solar Opposites?
I think that sounds right. Solar Opposites.
Has anyone seen that?
It's not just that it looks exactly like Rick and Morty, but it's like set in the same suburban environment that Rick and Morty is set in.
Yeah, it is. I would put it in like the country or the city.
Yeah.
It's a little weird that it's in a... And if you told me that was the same house, I'd believe you.
Like, they should have set it in, like, Wyoming or something, just to have a different look.
Jaden Belair, the Hulu show is pretty good. Interesting. Yeah, it is Solar Opposites.
Jaden Belair, the Void Dragon. Yeah, but the Void Dragon doesn't look like a dragon.
What is the Helldrake?
Ah, the Helldrake is kind of like a dragon-y. Although it's actually a spaceship that became sentient and evil.
But it's a dragon.
It definitely looks like a dragon.
That's what makes it a sci-fi dragon.
I do feel a little bad. I guess it's hard. A lot of the Chaos stuff is really cool, but it's also really specific. Like, I feel like no Space Marine player is going to be upset with a Rhino tank, because it's just a box. And you can kind of add as much detail as you want, or leave it as much of a box as you want. But if you're a Chaos player and you think a flying dragon monster is, like, super lame, you're kind of stuck with it. Or else you have to proxy just a completely different thing. TK, City Prince. Remember, peeps, hit that thumbs down and show your support. We love the thumbs down. We also have a Patreon and Discord channel. If you're new to the channel, come join the Motley Crew.
Yeah, I agree. Sarah Kitty. Kind of lame that a guy called Void Dragon isn't a badass sci-fi energy being dragon.
Yeah, I don't know about the Void Dragon model. I don't know if it's a winner for me. I feel like it's a little bit... I mean, I guess the old Satan only look Necron-y because they've existed for like 20 years. They also kind of look weird. I don't know if they've ever quite done a Satan properly. Or to my liking.
Is there any third-party ones?
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what I think of Satan would look like. I think my favorite Satan might be if the thing we saw in Astartes being built on the table, if that was a Satan, that would do it for me. Like a weird kind of somewhat spooky looking Greek statue made out of like weird alien sections of bronze.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would like that more than just kind of a chiseled digital guy
Mm-hmm.
floating.
Yeah. Miniature stash tips. This sucks. Thumbs down.
Yeah!
Agreed.
This does suck.
Everyone should be thumbsing this down.
Ooh, you know what Satan I actually really like?
Mm-hmm.
The one on top of the throne of Cesaric, the Silent King, where it's like a human face in pain. I kind of really like that because the Satan are not Satan, they're Satan shards. They're imprisoned portions of a Satan's life essence that are being like tortured into doing the bidding of the Necrons.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I actually like. The Void Dragon I feel like looks a little bit too triumphant for being a being who's under the control of the Necrons.
Interesting. Good old Games Workshop. Do you think they're done with Necrons? Do you think they're gonna leave that?
Probably.
Do you think we're done?
I mean, they made 15 new models. They almost like doubled it.
Mm-hmm. If you had to bet, what are the next couple days of? Was there 3 more days? 2 more days?
Ooh. Yeah, there's 3 more days.
Stuff?
There's 3 more days. All right. Here, I'm gonna guess, and everybody guess. What are the 3? I mean, we got 2 days of 40k.
Yeah.
So we've had 1 fantasy that had a bunch of models, and 2 40k days that had 1 model each.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bet we do fantasy for the next 2 days, and then we end on a big 40k thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Now,
gonna be my guess.
Do you think they mention anything else about the orcs? Because they've been doing that orc stuff.
That's true. That's
do you think
true.
that they do it, or do you think it's going to be a slow drip with that stuff?
I'm gonna say no orcs. I'm gonna say we're
No
gonna get
orcs.
something else, which doesn't make any sense. But that
No, but
feels
that's-
right to me.
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably 100% correct. Hmm.
Akino Kinona's Weird Dragon Centaur Vampire is better than Void Dragon. I do like that model a lot. The distraction, I want to green stuff the crap out of Helldrakes to get them all Plague Monster looking. You know, Mini Wargaming actually had some Plague, Nurgle, Helldrakes kit bashed. They probably still have those videos somewhere if you look them up. Wonderful stuff. Really cool looking. Andy Crimson, I think Satan should look more like what they're treated like by the Necrons, you know, like Pokemon. Exactly. Sarah Kitty, Satan are weird in how they are kind of tied to the Necrons, but who knows what they look like in their true form? Yeah, well, their true form is just like celestial beings of energy. They were given form by the Necrotire so that the Necron could interact with them. Because originally they were just balls of energy eating suns.
Matthew Cheese Man, Kill Team 3 tomorrow, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be great?
I mean, they need to do something with Kill Team.
They do.
Could that even be something? Like, what if that's the last day? They do, Kill Team's going into 9th.
That'd be cool.
You're gonna update all the rules.
I'd be down.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Especially if they consolidate all the books they came out with into one book.
Mm-hmm.
I a little
Just
bit wish
go.
they could backpedal a little bit, because it's kind of like Space Marines have like a dozen models to pick from now, but Grey Knights still have 2. Feels like everyone should kind of be even. Because it is good being able to bring multiple different units, because every new unit you bring is a sergeant who gets 1 extra blip of usually 1 attack and 1 extra blip of leadership, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I bet you they won't, though.
No.
They won't update everything. Disco, I'll buy more orcs despite my pile of shame taunting me.
Yeah. I have a nice pile of shame orc army, too.
Mm-hmm. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Andy Crimson, I'm going to be playing my first game of 40k on Friday, y'all.
Ooh.
That is
fun.
very exciting.
I've been feeling more and more lately like I want to play 40k. Like,
By yourself? Or?
Yeah, by myself. I just want to see masses. I just want to see masses of models and roll lots of dice.
Mm-hmm.
Try out some of the new sexy Necron units.
Mm-hmm.
Sayer Kitty. God, I've been reading a lot of lore lately. I blame the channel Midwinter Minis. He got me hooked, and now I'm watching loads of Warhammer channels, and I want to get my own models. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just spend a lot of money and all your time.
You know who I was watching today? It was Major Kill. He's definitely not my favorite lore channel, and sometimes his they're not edgy jokes, but just his kind of silly, edgy banter is a little grating to me. But he's not bad. I don't dislike him either. He's not displacing Luton for me, or Voldemort, who's probably my absolute favorite. I think Voldemort is criminally undersubscribed and underviewed. It's just so cool. I mean, he writes these little stories that work with the lore and universe and the cool narration. And he'll get like 23,000 views.
I know you sent me, or you did a little screenshot of the video. Did you watch that video?
I did.
Was it good?
Kinda. But that video came after a really good video of his, actually. It was called like I forget what it was called. It was Major Kill, the Grim is Games Workshop moving away from Grimdark. A really, really good video, actually. Really good. I listened to it twice.
Wow.
And it's not too long, it's like 10 minutes. But he really seems to know his stuff. Like, in his videos, he jokes a lot about how he doesn't really read the lore, or he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but, I don't know, he references, like, 11 books in a 10-minute video. Matthew Cheeseman, they were given a form, not a shard form. At the beginning, they would look very different and demonic. The bigger the shard, the more powerful the Satan. Yeah, and I know multiple Satans get broken down into multiple shards. And yeah, the Necrons, the Satan do have different forms. But the tricky thing is that the Satan actually are from two different eras of Necron lore. When the Deceiver and the Nightbringer were first sculpted, they were sculpted as these god monsters who rule the Necrons. And then they were a little bit retconned into Satan Shard of the Deceiver and Satan Shard of the Nightbringer, who still have the same forms, but even though that they're a single shard, it's a little tricky. I don't know if they've quite nailed down a Satan Shard yet. I almost wouldn't mind seeing something along the lines of like has anyone seen the meme of like the African pallbearers? Guys in cool suits, and they do a little jig as they're walking someone. It's super cute. I would almost like to see that, like a bunch of Necrons holding up a coffin, and then on top of the coffin is like the projected form of the tortured Satan. I think that'd be pretty good. Jane Biller, have you listened to the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast? No, not yet. I do need more podcasts, though.
Kino Major Kill is borderline too cringy to watch, but he definitely has enough personality to keep my attention.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same boat I'm in. I was surprised though. Like I don't know if I love, like, usually if I want a lore video, I just kind of want the lore. But I actually have found his like hot takes videos really good. He had another one about like why does everyone hate Primaris, and that one was surprisingly good too.
Wow. There you go. Love a good hot take.
Mm.
Could you even imagine making hot take videos?
I would never.
Yeah. That'd be dumb. The distraction. Eldar could use some real love. How damn old are these sculpts now? Over 20 years?
No, a lot of them are 10 years old. There's like 2 that are older than that. But yeah, they are very old. I definitely want the Eldar to get updated just to shut up all the Eldar players. I think though,
Yeah.
they a little bit burnt. I think they burnt people out on Eldar with the constant name changing and the books they came out with at the tail end of 8th edition, the Gathering Storms, which heavily feature the Eldar. I've never found the Eldar particularly interesting, but I think they could. Like, if there was an Eldar book as good as Infinite and the Divine for Necrons, I would probably be all over the Eldar.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Kitty, retconning can make a mess of the lore. It didn't make a mess of the lore because it was something of a minor retcon, but it made a mess of the models because the models were already published. The Satan went from being the masters to the slaves, but it was just a paragraph in the first ever codex. So it kind of felt like one paragraph got expanded into like 9 pages in the next codex. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just like, they changed a sentence or like they changed, there was 10 books, but those are all thrown out the window in favor of the new lore. It was kind of like it just got updated. And the weird thing is the original Necron Codex from 2nd edition, or may have been 3rd edition, was all written from the perspective of the Imperium. Mm-hmm. And it almost feels like maybe the Imperium just got it wrong. Because the next book is written from the perspective of Necrons.
Sanic 19 Cheese. I don't know. Amazing. I don't know if they'll do it this week or if they'll save it for some big reveal, but I feel like female Space Marines are inevitable.
I definitely think they're inevitable. I don't know if they'll come out with them yet. Not because they shouldn't. I just think that they should make sure that all of the unique chapters of Space Marines should be loved first.
So they'll never do it?
I also think they shouldn't just drop female Space Marine models. They should probably drop a book along with it to explain what's going on and like make it awesome. I definitely wouldn't mind a new box for the Intercessor Space Marines, just because it's a 5-man box, and if you buy 10, there's 2 pairs of sprues for the 5-man guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think definitely Primary Space Marines need an update, desperately. I think hold off on everything else. Primary Space Marines really could use some love. I mean, it's only fair. Monitor. I think that with the Primaris, they started to redo all the lines, so I imagine it's just a matter of time until everyone gets models, but I'm an optimist. Yeah, I think eventually they will redo everything. Mm-hmm. Eventually. It took 30 years to do it the first time, so it's probably going to take a long time to do it again.
Mm-hmm. It is true.
So the Primary Space Marines are, a little over 3 years old?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a minute. That one person. I feel like if they're making more Chaos Minis, they have to push Grey Knights too. I would love some Primaris Grey Knights. That would be badass. Mm-hmm. I also don't love the way... I love the Grey Knight Terminators. It's like one of my favorite 40k models ever. I don't really like the Grey Knight regular Space Marines.
What are they? Purifiers?
Mortifiers, purifiers. I think there's like 4 different things they can be.
Yeah,
but
they look oddly round.
They're round.
They're very rounded.
And they're classic Squatty Marine bodies.
Oh yeah.
So I would not mind at all some Primaris Grey Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And the average age of Elder models is almost 16 years old. Really? I thought a lot of them were 10. I mean, I guess average could be like, you know, if one Exarch is 25 years old,
yeah,
could throw off the curve a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sniper Life 12192. I just had to try.
Yep.
Sniper Life, how do you go about when you're putting on a glaze? Just paint with water or with medium? For a glaze, probably a lot more medium. Usually the medium helps keep the paint workable. If you water down paint too much, it'll probably act more like a wash, where it pools in the corners, but it kind of sucks away from the raised edges. But if you kind of want to make like a candy paint, like you just want to paint a stripe of a tint of color, then yeah, you probably want to use a lot of matte medium.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call me Shirley. Hola, amigo. ¿Dónde está Azul Biblioteca? Hello, where's the blue library?
Just a question.
Jason Fry, I'm a Gene Stealer cult guy. I've never known a life outside of plastic. That's true. That's true. I'm really tempted to all of the new Gene Stealer cult characters really tempt me. They look like they'd just be a blast to paint. They're small, they're detailed, they're good.
Don't call me Shirley. Jay, I'm really bad with acronyms. What's EOB?
It is what is it?
Elongated.
We should have written it down.
Elongated, obvious boners.
Yeah.
Filmo the dude. What if I pour boiling milk on my models?
I don't think it would do much. I don't think boiling water would do much. Like plastic melts. It's got a decently high melting temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how I christen my models when they're finished. I pour boiling milk on them under the moonlight of a full moon.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sanic 19 Cheese, we need a big box set full of orc models soon. Please bring back Speed Freaks. Fans of it exist. There are 10 of us out there.
Amazing. Ooh, Andy Crimson. EOB stands for Eat Our Butts.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Also, Andy Crimson, for glazing, I highly recommend Joe Sonia's Magic Mix. It keeps the consistency of paint while diluting pigments and works so well for glazes.
Interesting.
Notice the new Sisters Mini kind of reminds me of the War Machine Minis. It does a little bit. I never got into the War Machine Minis, but I did super like the new model. Lucky Pat EOB explanation of benefits. Internet Man, hello guys, working on some Night Lords, Warp Talons, and Terror Squads. Corn Berserker Proxies. Ooh, the Warp Talons are one of my favorite minis. I think they're awesome.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Hopakuma, what would be a good color balance for dark if you're using red as your bright color? Good color balance? Like, I mean, if you red darkens beautifully, it just kind of turns into like a red brown. Are you looking for like a color that goes well with red? I'm very bad at picking colors. I do not know. Put some of the paint you put on the model on your hand or your fingernail or something, and then paint another color next to it and see what happens.
I'm on a tour. I paint a lot of red, and I use purple or burgundy for shadows. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
My dark Eldar were purple and red with yellow edge highlighting.
Yeah, your Seeker Kill team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were taking notes
Ikino
when
Kino
Ben was
news.
playing Eldar.
Mm-hmm. Ikino Kino news. I don't think anyone really got into War Machine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I heard it was really, really, really fun and hot in like 2014, and only in that year.
Mm-hmm. Matthew Cheeseman. EOB. Epic obscene burps.
Yes.
That's about right.
Andy Crimson. I came here to get help filing for disability. Why is everyone painting? Explanation of benefits.
On to tour. That barrel isn't drilled. Heresy.
It
Gotta
will
have at least-
become. Yeah.
Once an ep. We gotta have someone
Yes.
saying that.
It might not get drilled now.
It shouldn't. I think you paint a black dot on it, or maybe don't.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it the way it is.
Ah.
You ruined it.
Akin Joaquin Onez. My local game store has an entire table of unopened war machines selling for 1/5 retail cost. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine the pain of being a retail shop getting stuck with a dead game.
Yeah,
Like, who's gonna want to pick it up?
that's pretty rough.
And it's sad and it's a little unfair because people could buy that stuff, play games of it for the rest of their lives, and have a great time. But there's just something about games where you know that there's no support coming, or it's just like, why would I bother? Like, you kind of do want to be playing the hot new thing, and you can hop online and see what cool stuff's coming out, or what people are up to, or
Right.
that's
'Cause
almost
you don't do that.
a big part
You
of
don't
it.
do that with you don't do that with like chess.
Yeah, yeah. You're not being like, what's the new deets on Monopoly?
Yeah.
What's apples to apples up to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't wait for chess 2 to drop.
Oh my god, Chess 2 the amazing. Guys, we finally figured it out. Here's the game as it was always meant to be played.
Mm-hmm.
The distraction. It's so sad to think about how many small game stores went under over the last year. That is true. Although I bet they bounce back. This stuff is getting really popular. I mean, I bet they don't bounce back, but I bet new ones show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are dead are dead. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet new ones. Yeah, I bet new ones open up, and I think ones that focus a lot about playing the game in store with people, a lot more community, as much community based as you can make it be.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are gonna survive.
Yeah.
Because especially now that people are getting vaccinated and the world's maybe opening.
And everybody's been painting their Indominus. You know,
Right.
At this point, Indominus is over a year old, and so people might have like 3 models finished,
Yeah, exactly.
and so they're
Play the
ready.
game.
Honestly, Indominus I think was a really smart thing. I almost feel like maybe they should just keep it as a product or always have some version of Indominus, because it is 2 complete armies and the rules in a box.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you go in with a friend.
Yeah,
$100 isn't too crazy. I mean, it's a lot, but
it's a lot, but it's not. Yeah, it's not a lot. Like, starting a Sisters of Battle army. I put some stuff in my cart the other day. It was $600.
Mm-hmm. But if you really want to get into the hobby, $100 is not a crazy
No.
entry.
From the dude, play Kill Team at a Hooters.
Exactly. I think that'd be perfect. They should do that.
Sanic 19 Cheese. I honestly kind of want to get into Games Workshop's Lord of the Ring Fantasy Battles game, but it feels abandoned by them, and it's a shame because some of those models look excellent. Yeah, I don't know much about Fantasy Battles.
No one does.
No one does. It's a little interesting. It used to be like the only thing supported back in like 2015, 16, in the dark ages of Games Workshop. I almost wonder though if it's just because there's not Hobbit movies coming out, and there's no Lord of the Rings movies coming out. There's no like Lord of the Rings TV show in the works. I don't think. I feel like for a game based on a property like that, you almost need media to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Moment to tear. My Indominus is definitely not finished. I think I have 7 of the Space Marines done and 1 Necron.
Perfect. Mine Indominus isn't finished, but I never bought it. So that kind of just makes sense. Sanic 19 cheese and Indominus, but with orcs and Imperial Guard army instead.
That would be pretty dope.
Yep, I'm down.
I think
gotta
maybe
find a guard player though.
Eldar versus Dark Eldar would be really fun.
Ah, that would be pretty good.
Who would the Tau fight? Space Marines?
Yeah.
There feels like there's so many armies until there aren't.
Yeah.
Maybe Tau versus Sisters of Battle? And then you have just some wild card. Or no, you do. You have Imperial Knights versus Chaos Imperial Knights.
Andy Crimson, Tau versus Chaos.
Ooh, they would get stomped. Not really, but it's just funny. Like just the plucky youngest race in the galaxy versus like hell.
Jason Fry, Gene Stealer Cult versus Harlequins.
Ooh, boy, that would be quite a matchup.
Monitor Nids versus Admech.
Yeah, that would work. I do kind of like the Admech. I think my gut reaction when they first dropped was I want 100 Skitarii and a Knight. And I still kind of want that. I think it'd be awesome. Just a swarm of little robot bodies with one giant robot in the middle.
Known as Marines versus Marines.
That's what it's gonna be.
I mean, that's basically what 40k is now.
Sanic 19 cheese. Box sets are much more palatable to new players. Command Editions was my first box, and it had so much fun painting all the different models and terrain. Now I'm sucked into the plastic black hole. Yeah, box games are nice because it's all you need. You don't need to be like, well, what's a troop? And then would it make sense for me to get Lich-Guard next, or should I get the Death Scythe? It's just like, nope, here's the army. I wish they weren't so expensive, but I do like that the new box sets, the new start collectings, are a 500 point battle ready army with the correct units you need.
Yeah, it's important.
$140, which is a lot. Although if you buy from someone not Games Workshop, you get 15% off of that, which is not a bad little discount. And they did the Dark Eldar one is pretty sick. It looks like higher body count armies are just going to be better deals. Because I think you get like 2 units of witches, 2 raiders, 2 HQs, and like something else. Like you get a nice little spread of models with that Dark Eldar one. Versus like Space Marines, you get like 5 Space Marines, 5 Elite Space Marines, 2 HQs, and a tank. Which is still a lot, but it doesn't feel like as many as, you get 2 vehicles with the Dark Eldar one.
Right.
Matthew Cheeseman, I'm pretty sure there are more Space Marine lieutenants than the total Harlequin models. Well, there's 2 Harlequin models, isn't there? There's the troop, and then there's the one HQ that's specific to Harlequin, and then a couple other HQs that you can take between a Harlequin or an Eldar army.
There's the vehicles.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they have vehicles. There's plenty of Harlequin stuff. They don't need
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, they're done.
Mona
Yeah,
Cheer,
the Harlequins are pretty cool.
except the Death Guard Battle Force is illegal, I think, because there's too many Poxwalkers. Yes, there's 30 Poxwalkers and 7 Death Guard, and I think there's some sort of a ridiculous rule where you can only take like 1 Poxwalker per Plague Marine to try to limit Poxwalker spam. It seems I've just been waiting for them to roll back that rule forever, but it seems like they might let it stand. But yeah, it is bizarre. I would just let people take the Poxwalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that seems a little silly.
How many points is a Poxwalker?
5.
I mean, it makes sense.
Like, if they're taking the 30 that came in the box, that's probably fine. If they're bringing 100, then it might be like, okay, well, you're kind of just spamming the game. Quinoa Quinones. Death Guard is my nightmare battle force, a small part of a horde army, and a named character to take up too many points. I think there's 2 characters. Don't you get the Biologus Purifier and the I forget the death names. I think all of these boxes come with 2 HQs apiece because that's what you're supposed to take in a battle forged army.
Matthew Cheeseman, I'm not loving Space Marine battle forces. There's just no flavor there. They're like start collecting.
That is true. They don't. I do like that there's like 4 different ones with 4 different unit types, so you can kind of pick. Like, oh, I don't want the tank. I want an extra squad of eliminators. But yeah, it's not like the old battle ones where it's like, oh, you could if you pick the Space Wolves, then you get the Thunder Wolf Cavalry. But if you pick the Dark Angels, you get the jet bikes that have the Melta. Hopefully those will come eventually. Because I don't think there's any start collectings that have come with any Firstborn OG Marine units.
And speaking of OG, it's about that time, folks. If anything, it's actually a little over that time.
Yeah.
So today's Wednesday. We had a big old Wednesday video. So if you haven't watched that, please do. We had a video on Monday as well, and a video coming out on Friday. And we got a Patreon-only stream on Friday after our normal stream.
Yeah.
So join for that. And we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central.
And Flimbo the Dude, what's the review of Spellcrow bits? Good. I bought from them many times. Good stuff.
Me too. My orc bits are Spellcrow.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.